So, you've probably heard some version of this ancient wisdom, right? That classic advice about living in the present moment. It's almost always framed as this gentle, poetic suggestion, something that sounds a little like this.
It's really beautiful, isn't it? It has this calming, serene vibe. A gentle letting go. This is the version that has pretty much launched 1,000 mindfulness apps. It's comfortable.
But here's a question. What if that gentle, comfortable translation completely misses the raw power of what was originally said? What if it's not a soft suggestion to be calm, but a direct, powerful command to become something way, way more formidable? To find out, we have to do a little time traveling. We're going back about 2,500 years to the original language of this text, an ancient language called Pali. And we're going to look at the very same verse through two totally different sets of eyes. So, on one side, you have the modern translator. Their goal is elegance, making it sound beautiful and poetic for us today. But on the other side, we have the ancient linguist. They use this amazing technique called nirudi. It's like a kind of linguistic x-ray to get right down to the powerful, visceral root meaning of every single word. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put these two translations side by side. And by doing that, we're going to unlock this hidden layer of meaning, one that completely transforms this teaching from a gentle whisper into an electrifying instruction for how to live. Okay, so our investigation kicks off with a really important Pali word. It's a word that describes our relationship with thoughts about the past and the future. And that word is nandi. Now, the modern translation almost always translates nandi as delight. So the instruction sounds like we shouldn't find delight in our memories or our daydreams about the future. And honestly, that feels a little restrictive, right? Like we're being told not to enjoy our own minds. But when we look at it from the ancient linguistic view, the meaning is so much more visceral. The root of nandi isn't just about simple joy. It's about a sticky, binding attachment. Seriously, picture trying to get your hand out of a jar of thick honey. That feeling, that is nandi. It's the mental glue that gets you trapped in a thought. And boom, right there, the meaning changes. This teaching isn't anti-joy, it's anti-stuck. It's a warning about getting mentally tangled up in past regrets or future anxieties. That is a very, very different instruction. Now, that shift is huge. But believe it or not, it's not even the main event. The most mind-blowing transformation comes from a single word used to describe the ideal state of mind to have, right here, in the present. The modern poetic translation gives us words like unagitated or unstirred. The image that pops into your head is probably a perfectly still pond, right? Not a single ripple. It's an image of total, passive, absolute calm. But then we apply that nirruti, that ancient linguistic insight, and we see something completely different. The word breaks down into two parts. You've got a, which is a prefix that just means not. And then you have some hira, which literally means to be dragged, to be pulled, or to be carried away. So the real meaning isn't unstirred, it's not able to be dragged away. You want a good modern word for that? How about unyankable? This is not passive calm anymore. This is an active, powerful state of rock-solid stability. And that one word, well, it changes everything. The teaching is no longer a passive wish for a bit of peace. It's an active, vivid instruction for how to be in the world. It's about building a mind that simply cannot be pulled off its center. So let's go back to that original verse, but this time with our new understanding. See the present moment for what it is. Unyankable, unshakable. Can you feel that? The energy is completely different. It's a statement of power, not just peace. This, of course, raises a really important question. If the whole point is to be unyankable, then what are the things that are doing all the yanking? What are these forces that are constantly dragging our attention away from where we are right now? Well, the original text is actually super clear about this. It says we get dragged around when we mistake all the fleeting parts of our experience for who we really are. You know, things like our physical body, our feelings of pleasure and pain, what we see and hear, even our own thoughts and biases. When we cling to these things and think, that's me, they get the power to yank us around. Okay, Let's bring this into the real world. Let's see how we can actually apply this ancient wisdom in our very modern, very distraction-filled lives. How do we practice being unyankable? So how do we do it? Well, it boils down to a pretty simple 3-step practice. First, you just notice the hook, that flash of anger, that wave of anxiety, that old memory that's trying to grab you. Second, you consciously create a little space. You realize, okay, I am having this feeling, but I am not this feeling. And third, you just keep practicing that. You strengthen the part of your mind that can just watch the hooks come and go without getting carried away.
And you know what this practice builds over time? It's not just a peaceful mind, it's a resilient one. It's a mind that can handle the chaos of life, the bad news, the tough conversations, the endless notifications, without getting dragged all over the place. We're talking about strength, not just stillness.
So ultimately, our little journey through language has shown us a much more dynamic and powerful goal. It's not about trying to stop the storms of life from ever happening. It's about building an anchor so deep that no storm can pull you from your spot. The goal isn't to be unstirred. The goal is to be unyankable. And that leaves us with one final very personal question. Just take a look at your own life right now. What are the thoughts, the worries, the little distractions that have a hook in you? What in your life is yanking you around?